This plate here met perfectly on the frame. Hello and welcome back. So today what I want to do is I want to take and get the grinder. There's a bit of grinding on this frame. As you can see, there's all this here. I imagine it was from that mount, those previous mounts, and the welds are, terrible. I'm not a world-class welder, but those have got to be some of the worst welds I've ever seen. Obviously, they worked for whoever did it, and then we've got some welding, some grinding over here and underneath. After I get that done, I'm going to reset the unit, and so that I can get the frame underneath, so I can match it up and see how well it's going to fit and work for what I need it for. So with that in mind, I will go ahead and get to work. All right, so I thought it'd be better if I take plasma torch to it and try to get the worst of it off instead of spending time and time trying to just grind it all up. It's a pretty big chunk, so we will see what we can do. Alright, that is taking a pretty big chunk. I'm also seeing where whoever welded, they burnt through pretty hard. You can tell they're old welds. Definitely not from me just cutting this stuff up. I think the rest of this I could probably get with the grinder. Alright, I think the rest of it I will get with the grinder. Give you a closer look here. Got quite a bit of it off. I'm going to have to replate this. I don't know, but I am going to grind it flat. Then I'm going to replate it underneath. Get rid of a lot of the chunks. Used to be pretty chunky under there, but I know I've taken and probably weakened a little bit of the metal, and so I'm going to have to come in, replate, make a couple cuts, have to get some good welds in here. Have to come to at least here. Probably I'll come to this part here because that would be a strongest point. Well, I will also check the welds in here. Look like they're pretty good. Look like they're factory machined welds. And I'll come in, plate, and then we can come back in and re-drill the holes, which I should be able to use with my drill press. Go ahead and put this stuff away and get out the grinder and start grinding on it. Clean it up as best as possible. trucks going everywhere. There was an easier way to do this, but unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be. It's pretty good to that point. I'm just big enough I can get a piece of metal over the top of it and weld it. That was the hard side. This side should be a bit easier. Okay. Good. Definitely gonna have to put weight on that. Looks like the metal was fatigued a little bit right in here, but they had this mount that wasn't very well mounted. I mean, to do this right, what they should have done was put this bed on that other truck. They should have taken and made a plate that bolted to this whole thing, and then came out to the cabin chassis that this was on. Instead, they put a couple pieces in there and welded it and said, okay, have a nice day. And as you can see, it affected here, there's a crack here. So definitely gonna have to put a plate on these. And I've got just a plate, I just need to cut it, and then I'll have the thick metal, and it's good thick metal. It'll work really good for this. All right, so now what we're going to do is I want to get it up in the air so I can put this frame underneath it for the test fit. So I will go ahead and do that next. All right, so a couple of issues that I had, and that's why I wanted to do this. All right, I've got this piece of angle iron that's coming through, and that's not a big deal. So what I'll do is I will cut a V into that and then re-weld it back into place once it's up there. This is so you can run wiring from one side to the other and not have any issues dealing with the frame and stuff. So back here, though, all right, so this plate here met perfectly on the frame. It was right after the hump, and it was to the flattest spot of the frame. But I'm going to have some issues there because of this bar right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it off, and then I'll bring her back down, and then I'll weld it to here. That will get me set up for when I go to cut straight up so I can build the bumper and everything else that goes with it. So, but this is where it's sitting at on here, and like I said, all I'm building here is I'm building a subframe. As far as my width goes, it looks like I'll have a lot of room, be able to put plates in, weld them, and have this and this become one. Now, before I actually go to do that, this is just all I'm doing is I'm going through and I'm test fitting everything. Once that is done, I'll pull this out from underneath, and then I've got to put it on the bed again, and then mark where my holes for my bolt holes need to be, and then that will get done. All right, I'm back. And we're back on the record. So, in the time that I have, I'm going to work on getting the angle iron along the top edge, but first I'm going to have to finish cleaning off some of this here so I can at least get the angle iron to reach to the other side. But I am going to, from the point down right about there to this point right here, going to be putting in the angle iron. These are my my what do you call it, so I know how high I need to go. And then I am going to the end of here, of this point here. I can't run any metal across here. These are cutouts for the lever controls for the valves that run all the hydraulics. So I can't do anything here, so I do have to stop here, which means I'm going to have to go inside of here and add some more strength all the way down to this point here. Now, in order to do that, I've got some of this metal here, some small metal strips. I'll clean them up. They're pretty thick, as you can see. And I will take and I will weld these here, and I'm going to weld a piece strip along here because I don't want it to mess with the mounting holes. And those are small enough that I could basically weld on the inside of here, and it won't affect anything on the outside. Okay, I don't know if I'll get to the inside pieces in this video, but I will at least get the angle iron put in and at least tack welded. Shave a little bit off the edge. I know where to begin. Shave just a little bit off there. Doesn't have to be super perfect. All it is for my pieces that go on top, I think it would be easier to cut them now than it would be to do it with a finger. Plus, that's the side the fuel tank's going to be on. Less sparks I have around the fuel tank. Yes, I could put this on the inside, going this way. Then I was going to just put some sheet metal around here. I could do that. I would like there to be as much room as possible. When I go to pull the panels off, there's as much room as possible in the front here. The sides are going to be built out. There's going to be a lot of stuff there anyway. So if I do it this way, then I've got stuff to work with. The question is, should I use this angle iron? This angle iron would sure be a lot stronger. So I decided that's just not going to be enough. I mean, if you're going to build something heavy duty, then you need it to be heavy duty. And that's pretty light steel. It sounds like a good plan, but if I go with some heavier duty steel, when I go to build my sides out, and the toolboxes and stuff are going to go, this is going to be a lot stronger than that lightweight steel. Even though that's tempered steel, it's still, it's going to be a little more brittle, but this can handle it a lot. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to go big or go home, right? This thing's pretty weak. I don't know what it is, but it has no power. We're almost there though. It's really good on light steel, thin stuff, sheet metal, but as far as this stuff goes, alright. I think we'll not be able to handle anything that's heavier grade. Rather soon. Still got 2 lights. Just the weight of the machine alone can't even keep it going. Harbor Freight, I'm not happy with the power. I mean, I don't know what you guys gotta do to put yourself to the test. I mean, we don't seem to have more power from this. Not too productive. Because I really like this. No cords, just, you know, do your thing. So, power proved me wrong. And it's not the battery, that's for sure. I mean, it should have been able to just buzz through this stuff. It's been a long day, been a long week, had a lot going on. But got the sides cleaned up and grounded, got the angle iron up. That part of it is done. Not real happy about this this grinder here. I would have expected a better product. She sounds weak, it sounds slow, and as soon as you put it up against the metal and put any kind of pressure whatsoever on it to get it to actually cut, she stops. She just has nothing. I would have expected a little better from from Bauer. I mean, the drill has lots of power, the other power tools, but this grinder, it's just not cutting the mustard, unfortunately. So in this video, we cleaned off the frame, ground everything off, cut any stray metal that was from the deck, and then got the angle irons put in place. Anyway, it's been a long week. I've had a lot of family, personal things going on. That's taken up a lot of my time. So, but I'll have this video out and for you guys to see. And I mean, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. So, because if you like this one or like any of my other ones, feel free to enjoy another video. Thank you, and have a good week.